حركة الأسواق خير في جميع مدد يا سلطان الأولياء يا سلطان الأنبياء يا رجال الله.
We ask the saints, the spiritual power stations, for their support, for their companionship. Ya Allah, you are our witness. You know what's happening around us, how we truly are, what we truly can do. That in reality we can't do anything. That we are nobody and nothing. Without you we have no worth. And if we want to have a value, we need you. O Allah, the Lord is always with us. And Him being with us gives us a value. But as long as we don't do it consciously and are conscious that He is with us, it takes away all that value He gave us. The more we forget Him, the more we'll distance Him from us, and we lose in merit and honor. May Allah protect us from losing value in His eyes. What does the world look like today? All you people, look around, to the right, to the left, to the front, to the back. May it be the Christian world, may it be the Jewish world, may it be the Muslim world, may it be the Buddhist world, may it be the Hinduist world, may it be the communist world, may it be the socialist world, may it be the pedagogical world. Where can you find something that is of any value? The whole world has turned into a great site for garbage. So what do you do with garbage? You burn it. You need to burn trash. Sometimes, while it's in that garbage, you look for something that hasn't been turned into garbage yet. That can also happen, unconsciously or unwillingly, or because out of not knowing, you let it go into the garbage, or you had it turned into garbage. There are some pieces of worth, of value, and some humans are looking for such things of value inside the garbage, in the hope that somebody lost something because they just wanted to, unknowing or unknowingly, so that they can find it and take it out and rescue it from the garbage. Are there those people, those kind of people? So you recycle trash. Okay, that's a good idea. So what do? Paper here, plastic over there, and feces over there, back to the bag. So we separate everything, rainwater, dirty water. So we separate trash. So what about the human? So what about humanity? So what about humanity in its context? In the Buddhist world, in the Hindu world, Jewish world, Christian world, wherever there is a human being, no matter what belief they have, What about them? How do they look? Do they look like a shining gem? Or almost like a bucket full of garbage? The whole world has turned into a garbage site, and the whole of humanity inside that garbage site, oh my brother, has turned into garbage. Because humanity has turned into garbage by separating themselves and distancing themselves from the Lord. They lost in value, and slowly but surely, day by day, they turned into garbage. And because they turned into garbage, my brother, that's why they turned this world they're still living in, has lived in, turned into garbage. Oh my, in Brazil it's burning, in Ecuador it's burning, in Colombia it's burning, the Amazonas is burning. Why? Why? Why do they burn the forests? Tell me why. Why do they abuse nature? Because the human himself has turned into garbage. Because he turned into garbage, has no value. He doesn't value anything else. So he turned everything around him to a garbage site. So my brother, you are the most intelligent among us. Why? So what do you do with garbage? You burn it. The only solution to get rid of garbage, which is the best form, is to burn it. And you ask, many people come and say, what is the hell? We are all innocent, we can't do anything against it because we've got an ego, it's not our fault. Hell is a place of fire. And only in there you will find the trash as a garbage site, garbage disposal. Those human beings that turned themselves into trash, when he created the human being as the first, the being of the human was the soul. The saints call it, they call it a green jewel, a green gem. It was, that's how Allah created as the true being of a human being, that is a green jewel that is irradiating light everywhere. And Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in his night journey, he got together, when he came together with his Lord, Allah opened him inside all of the darkness of the nothingness. He said, look, O Muhammad. And Sayyidina Muhammad was looking. And inside that endless darkness, a screen opened up. Just like a curtain, it's opening, and a screen appears, and inside that darkness, he saw endless shining lights, just like skies, like the stars in the sky, full of it. Not only just a very few, but there was almost no space inside of endlessly. And Sayyidina was like, he didn't know, as if he had to cover himself with eyes, because as if he were covering them shade them from the sun, because it was so bright. You ask, what is that? It's so full of light. I can't see properly. That's humanity. That's your nation, Allah said. All this I created for you because I love you. That's your kingdom. These are all of humanity. That's how I created them. That's the true being. What have you given me as a present? You gave me a treasure, didn't you? Yes, but soon that treasure is going to fall into the trash and even deeper into the fecal matter, and they're going to stink and they're going to be really dark. And it's your job, which seems to be mission impossible, to take them all out and bring them up. So a new window was open, everything was dark, and there was a stinking came out of it. And what is that? That's the humanity that had fallen, that lost their value and went to the garbage and fell into the dirt and got dirty. That's how they are now, and you get them out and bring them back to me just the way they were in the beginning. And don't you dare. One of them is missing. Oof. You can't look inside of it. You can't see the beginning nor the end. And don't you dare, the Lord said, if Earth is one star is missing, I want to have them all back the way they were before. That's a true mission impossible. And now we are in the age and in the end of times, and the humanity is already in that state, as Allah has shown to Sayyidina Muhammad, in the state of dirtiness, darkness, and so dirty. And they turned into pitch black dirtiness that is so sticky, like road pavement, and it's so hard to get off. Those who want to get rescued, those that want to stay in their own, those who are drowning in their own swamp, and as they had been falling down, but still ask for help, they will be helped. But those who are proud and defiant and can say, I can do it all on my own, they will drown in their swamp. Those who ask him for help and call out for help, and there are representatives, helpers of the prophets and prophets themselves, they will be there for you. They just want to hear a signal in that. Just like in the ICU in the hospital. And then the stationary nurse sees that there's a light blinking, and then they'll come running. And that's how the saints are. It's like they're those intensive care saints. And they're just waiting for you, for your SOS. So what does it mean? Save our souls. Oh, you saints, oh, you representatives of the Lord, help us, help me. It can't be that they are deaf. There are no deaf saints. They might come as a turtle dove, but still. But they appear as white doves, not deaf, but not as devs. It's a good pun. Humanity today, we are in the end of times, And the whole of humanity, no matter what faith they are in, or even their unbelief, they are very deep down in the dirt. And if they say I'm a believer, they say they're wrong. Even in the world of Muslims, they want to misunderstand, and they practice beliefs differently, and they haven't understood the Lord themselves. But they say, "Oh, I'm an authority still. I'm a representative of belief and faith, of this faith, that faith." So how does it look like in the Vatican? It's really, really bad. And if they would ask me, do you want to become a pope? They said, no, not with that community. I'd rather get my own team, and everybody else is going to be fired. They all have to go. And if not the pope, then every day, at night and day, I will go to the terrace and just like not stretching myself because I just woke up, and then gonna take a look and see like, oh my goodness, there are people there, no, and wave, and then go back and say, no, that's not how it is. We remind the people day and night of their Lord and of their state they are in. We don't go to the terrace to take a break, but to tell the message, to remind them, to talk to them, and to tell them of God and the coming of the events, and we don't keep quiet. Humanity has turned into garbage, and the world has turned into a garbage site. And they even say that back in the days, they didn't know organic tomato, they say, Sheikh. That's organic, you say. And is it from the moon or what? Where is it from? Is it not from this world? It's so fantastic. No, everything else is dirty, but this is organic. So back then, everything was organic and it was normal. But now, if you find something pure, it has such a high value. And you have to appreciate that. That's why inside the humanity that has into garbage, if you find someone that has still the light of God, oh my goodness, we find an organic sheikh. Those are still pure and haven't been dirtied and put into the smirk. And the whole humanity would have looked for a solution. Look for someone who has the light of God in them. It doesn't matter what faith, but at least that person has the light of God with them, carrying them in them. And he can recycle garbage and can help you out of your garbage and put you aside and wash you clean. That's the job of the saints these days, Maulana Sheikh Nazim, our Grand Sheikh, said. So what are we doing? We don't do Sheikharbeit. If we don't do Sheikh work, I won't have any student because they wouldn't stand me. And if I would do Sheikh work, I won't have no student because I can't carry them because I've got no students. So either way. What I'm doing here is taken with the thongs into the garbage, into the feces, like fecal matter, and somewhere in there I fish for a jewel and I take it out. A jewel that wants to be get ragged, and even though it's stinky and dirty, I'm gonna hold it under water of God and wash it clean, and then it starts shining again. That's our job. We only rescue the souls out of the fire, from the fire of garbage. So why do you burn garbage? My brother, you are the engineer here.
Dann ist er weg und unschädlich, der Müll.
Warum verbrennt man Müll? Weil da Gase.
Because why do you burn? Because gases evaporate. Garbage gases. Haven't you heard about that? They are garbage gases, and it's very dangerous because they can explode. And gases are accumulating and are being compressed, and then gases happening through all that stink and that dirt, and then suddenly, unknowingly, boom! They call it a grisou explosion. And it's very dangerous. It's just like an eruption of a volcano. It happens many times. Maybe you haven't heard about it yet, but it happened. Around them, just like with lava, looking like a volcano erupted, everything was destroyed. Very, very dangerous. And the world is standing at that point. Humanity is at that point. Almost at the brink of an explosion of garbage. How long it's going to take, how long to endure that, we don't know. We don't look into the years to come, but we look at months to come. Armageddon. The prophets called it Armageddon. The Muslims called it the Christian called it Armageddon. The atheists and politicians call it the Third World War. So what is that? That's going to be a great explosion full of fire and a ball of fire. A garbage explosion, because they dirtied humanity, got turned into garbage because they left their Lord. They and themselves and everything around them, they turned into garbage. And now we're waiting. We are waiting for the explosion to come. And it will come. No prophet can stop that, because Allah gave the human a free will. He doesn't meddle in that. If he doesn't meddle, the prophets won't do it so too. The saints won't interfere as well. Only one saint on the lowest level of sainthood has the power and station to turn all of earth into a paradise. Just one spiritual view, and just like as a domino effect, like from heart of the human getting through all the hearts and everybody's turned into saints, they can do it on the lowest level of saints. They all have the power for that, but not the permission. And if they had the permission, he doesn't have the lack of manners to do so. To be a saint is based on sainthood is based on good manners. And where Allah doesn't interfere, if Allah gave humanity a free will to decide for them what they want to turn this world into, then they won't interfere out of good manners and towards Allah, because they are the representative of the Lord, and they stand aside and look what's happening to the humanity, what they're doing. And humanity, with its free will, decided to have an explosion. Everybody's looking at the other, you're garbage, and you're going to be burned to the other person. But they don't look at themselves. And then everybody wants to have seen the other person burned as a garbage. The Russian wants to see the American the Russian, and the Europeans, what the Americans want, we want as well. It's McBurger culture. And those, and all governments are driving at full speed in that direction. And it's going to be a garbage explosion, because humanity chose to be garbage beings. We're gonna live accordingly in free will, and we want to live as garbage. We want to live in garbage. Okay. But that will have consequences. And that's why he sent 124,000 prophets, endless time of saints, and they tell us these times are going into times of explosions, of garbage, but they don't believe it. Now is the time of explosion. The peak, it's at its peak already. Russia and Ukraine, the crisis or war, that's the beginning of Armageddon. And there's gonna come an explosion. May Allah not count us to those who are garbage people. And even if we are fallen into garbage, may the saints get us out of there immediately. Those who are looking for something valuable in the garbage, may they find us. That we get a certain value, because we still believe. Even though we don't really serve our Lord as we should, and it's His respect, and because of our ego's limitation, we ask for their help, SOS, may they find us and turn us fallen into garbage into true humans and gems.